Alright, one of my personal favorite cartoons based on video games was Earthworm Jim. I mean, this guy was made to be a cartoon. If you ever played the video game, it's just totally wacky and out there. You know, it kind of has that Ren and Stimpy feel. It's really gross a little bit. I mean, the main character is a worm and he's got this bodysuit and he goes around and blasts stuff. And the cartoon is just totally wacky. I mean, this is a perfect example of a game that needs to be put into a cartoon. Each episode had some, like, you know, wild harebrained adventures with Earthworm Jim and the cat. You know, it was just totally great. Every episode was totally random, you know. And this is what a cartoon should be. There's nothing else more that needs to be said. It was the perfect video game adaptation. Now, you'd almost think it could work backwards, like the video game came second after the cartoon series. But no, it came after, and it had a lot to work with as far as story and episodes because, you know, it was wacky to begin with. So they could pretty much do whatever they wanted in the show, and it would make sense because Earthworm Jim didn't really have too much of a story, so as long as he was doing something random and ridiculous, it kind of made sense in the show. So overall, this is one of my favorites. It was totally funny. Now, the last show I'm talking about today, and my favorite adaptation into a cartoon series, was Mega Man. Now, here is why it was so good for me. Every episode was a surprise. You know, you never knew what villain was going to be in there. Sure, every episode had like Guts Man, Cut Man, Dr. Wily, Proto Man. But overall, it was just kind of like a surprise. You know, everybody has their favorite game, whether it be Mega Man 4 because some of the villains were cool, or Mega Man 1 because it was the original. So every episode you were kind of waiting in anticipation to see if your favorite villains were in the show. You know, it was just totally awesome. And you know, it had action figures that were pretty awesome. It was pretty cool how they showed how Mega Man could steal their powers. You know, he would knock them out and, you know, kind of hold on to them, and they'd have that little image that would go up and he could steal their powers. It was pretty cool. And overall, my favorite episode was this one. You know, Mega Man's just kind of fighting, and he sees this portal. And so I pause it for a second here, and you think, well, who could that be? You know, that big guy, that might be Gravity Man, it could be Guts Man, but nah, he's already in the episode. And that guy with the thing on his shoulder, who's that? Well, it turns out it's Violent Spark Mandrill from Mega Man X. And when I saw this, I was like, holy crap, that's so awesome, because Mega Man X was a relatively new game at the time, and so to involve Mega Man X characters was even cooler. And I'm like, well, is Mega Man going to turn into Mega Man X? Is he going to get the armor? And then out of nowhere, Mega Man X comes. And it's really cool because, you know, Dr. Wily's partnering with Vile and Spark Mandrill in this episode, and then Mega Man's partnering up with Mega Man X. It just makes for a really good episode and some good action in the end. So overall, I think Mega Man was one of the best. There wasn't a whole lot of story, but they made it work in the show. Pretty entertaining and some good action and an awesome, awesome theme song, in my opinion. Alright, now I know there's one series left that I haven't mentioned that a lot of people have been asking for, and that's Sonic. You know, I thought about this a lot, and since so many people have been asking for it, and a friend of mine, Hewylewis, we've been talking about doing a collaboration video for a long time. We're actually going to do a separate review on Sonic Sat-Am. So, for those of you who've been asking about it and just wondering, our next review is going to be that. So me and Hewylewis are going to collaborate to do a tag team review on that. So look out for that pretty soon. I'm really excited about that. Also, I wanted to give a special shout out to Powerglove. Thanks a lot for letting me use your song Mario Minor. I saw these guys this summer with Dragon Force in Portland. They were totally awesome. It was a great show. Totally surprised. You know, I always thought that'd be a cool idea to adapt to video games into like kind of like a rock metal, and they do it perfectly. And they have stuff from Mega Man, Final Fantasy, you know, any kind of video game that would be worth doing a cover for. So check them out. They've got 2 albums out, Total Ponage and Metal Combat for Mortal Men. I've got a link in the sidebar so you can check some of their songs out. Well, again, this has been my review on video game cartoons. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, if you're not having fun, it's probably your own darn fault.